Welcome back to our conversation with former NATO Ambassador Nicholas Burns. He's a professor of international relations at Harvard's Kennedy School, and you spent many, many years in the diplomatic service in Washington at the State Department. What has happened to our State Department under this administration? Why does it matter?
Well, we've got a great State Department. These are the people representing the American people all over the world. They help Americans in distress. They help Americans with birth certificates. They help American companies export. They try to maintain peace around the world. And the Trump administration wants to cut the State Department by 31%. They want to reduce the number of officers by 8%. They're not filling the senior positions. They're not honoring diplomacy. It's the first administration in 70 years, 100 years. Since the First World War, that's taken the position we don't really need a strong State Department. The most aggressive advocates for the State Department is the U.S. military. Admirals, generals, we work together. I was at NATO. It's a combined military diplomatic mission. They understand the value of the State Department, so it's been very disappointing to see. But I will say this, I was up on Capitol Hill this past week talking to members of Congress. There's tremendous support in the Republican and Democratic parties in Congress for the State Department, just not in the Oval Office and just not with Secretary Rex Tillerson.
Ambassador, I talk to a lot of people, different political persuasions, and a lot of them not necessarily Trump lovers. We're also not necessarily fans of the foreign policies of the prior administration. You yourself at times have been were a critic of Obama-Kerry-era policies. When we see in the New York Times the other day, South Korean leaders, as the Times put it, crediting President Trump with helping force the North to resume dialogue and strike a broader agreement to improve Korean ties, end quote. Doesn't that say that there might be some merit in all this saber-rattling that the president likes to do?
I wouldn't draw that major conclusion. I've been a real critic of President Trump, and I'm sure I'll continue to be. But I will say this, on North Korea, I think the president has done well so far. He's been able to convince the Chinese, and the Chinese have leverage over the North Koreans, to expand their sanctions. He's built an international coalition to increase the severity of the sanctions, and I think that has hurt the North Korean leadership. It's one reason why you saw this meeting at Panmunjom in the demilitarized zone between the South and North Korean leaderships. It's another reason why the North Koreans have now agreed not to disrupt the Winter Olympic Games next month in Pyeongchang, South Korea, but actually send athletes to it. I think Kim Jong-un, if North Korea is trying to divide South Korea from the United States, so both of us, the South Koreans and the Americans, need to be aware of that, but I think you have to give President Trump his due. So far, the sanctions have been effective. I think the president has been wrong, frankly, to threaten war, because I don't think that's in our interest right now.
Just stick with the sanctions and you'd be a lot happier with the policy.
I think so. And the idea that we would launch some kind of preventive war on the Korean Peninsula with 30 million civilians living just south of the demilitarized zone, that, I think, is foolhardy. Our military leadership doesn't believe in it. I think everybody wants to see some attempt at diplomacy before we think seriously about war.
We have to wrap it up, but before you go, one of the reasons why I invited you here, and I follow your work closely and really appreciate it, is it's very calm, it's level-headed, you're not prone to flights of excitable rhetoric. Where you sit right now, are you scared, anxious, watching carefully, or not, or none of the above?
I'm worried. I think we have a major leadership crisis in the White House. I mean, the president has not paid attention to our allies. In fact, he's been very critical of them. He is cutting immigration in half. He's zeroing out refugees from the worst parts of the world where we should be receiving refugees as an immigrant and refugee nation from places like Syria. He's instituted a Muslim ban. He's been publicly extremely critical in the most obscene ways of Mexico and now of Haiti and African countries. I think he's doing great harm to the presidency. I'm really worried about his leadership, and I'm certainly hoping, I've been bipartisan all my life, but I'm hoping for Democratic victories in 2018 and 2020 to remove him from the White House by the ballot box.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, John.
I'd like to have you back in a few months to kind of take your temperature once again.
Thanks very much.
We'll look forward to that. That's Nicholas Burns of the Harvard Kennedy School. That's it for me. Now it's back over to my colleagues for more WBZ News.